and trying to understand yourself better. Okay, it's called Mirror. Who is this girl that I see? She holds the world below her feet. She is brave, she is strong. She'll never cave and rights her wrongs. She smiles bright with a long stare. Can't lose her light, it's always there. I am lost and she is found. She holds my hand as we stand our ground. She is my guide, I follow her close. She lets me inside, somewhere that was once closed. Tells me not to hide, I have so much to show. She knows how much I've cried, how much I've lost hope. She holds my fragile heart in her soft hands, never lets me fall apart, always shows me where to land. She always protects me as she readies her sword. I think recklessly, she always keeps her word. I want to dive in, she will never let me drown. I always want to win, she never lets me down. I need motivation, she is always on my team. Lost in translation, she always knows what I mean. I'm feeling unloved, but she is always there. Nothing is enough until she shows me she cares. Is it a curse or blessing? Should I love or fear her? I often ask this question as I look in the mirror. Thank you.
One of my favorite poems. She just read one of my favorite ones, one of them. So who's up next? We have, let's do Sarah first. Sarah Hayat.
Hello, everyone. So I wrote this poem during the worst part of the onslaught of the Syrian civil war. I'll share it with you today. It's called Levantine Tears. Never again, they said, as bombs fall in a torrent of fury and bullets fly but do not soar, as coal-streaked children weep along blood-soaked streets, as heaps of rubble converge in a sea of tepid beige, as ambulances yield to the thunder of tyranny and chaos, we hear the impassioned cry of never again. As verdant fields, choked with smoke, withhold their daily bread, as parents stake out plots to house small feet, as picture frames shatter and toy dolls lay strewn, we hear the croon of never again. As hospitals burn and shelters wither, as news anchors recycle rote horrors to deafened ears, as pundits and envoys and ambassadors discuss, and then discuss some more, we dither never again. As a civilization, proud home to Roman relics and mauve mulberry, succumbs to a cacophony of grievances and injustices, as the passionate, beleaguered hearts of millions let out a collective groan of despair, as history is made instead of taught, as billions watch, helpless, we hear the faintest whisper of never again. Thank you.
Thank you, that was beautiful. I think Hacker 1413 has another one. Just one more to share with us.
Okay. Walking home at night, I came across a, and as I say this, I fear you do not believe. And yet, spotting a glint in the shadows, what did I retrieve but a magic lamp? And upon rubbing it, was I confronted, me, a mere tramp, by a magnificent genie. Not a moment too soon, puny human, he said, because my legs were about to cramp. Now, he continued, because I am feeling grateful. I want my own lung machine, I said, interrupting. What? He asked. I said, and then I repeated my demand, and then I said, upon your credibility as an actual wish-granting being, I do not wish to tread. But if you don't give me my wish, fine, he said. He sighed. Whatever quality of yours it was, puny human, it was not your foresight which led. Are you going to give me my wish or not? I demanded, demandingly. The genie sighed. Fine, but this wish you will regret. With a quill, I penned these verses, laying parchment on my bed. Not a day goes by that I do not look upon with dread. That day on which upon the genie's lamp I did tread. Luckily, that day exists only in theory and not in reality, because I now have my own personal lung machine, and it's awesome.
Nice. Okay, we'll do another poem by Saida, but first of all, I want to tell you guys that this is a really awesome book. What I do with it is I come home from work, and the people in the back table, they know where I work, and they know how hard it could be to come home from work. And literally what I do is I pick it up when I make my coffee, my afternoon cup, and I look through the table of contents and I see how I'm feeling, or if I need some type of lift or motivation, or if I'm mad at someone and I just want to feel something. And I go through it and I look at the titles of the poem and the page number, and I turn to it, and my children will attest to this. I read them out loud. I perform them, which I'm really bad at, but I do it at my house. And this book, as soon as it arrived from Amazon Prime, has been my therapist. Just because of the fact that you can relate to almost all of them if you're just human being. And you know, I love this book, and just want to tell you guys that you will love it too. Saida will be doing a book signing after, so if you guys would like to have a signed copy, which is very special, which I don't have yet. I don't have a signed copy yet. I don't know what's going on here, but yeah, you need to sign my book, sis. So she's gonna do another poem, but this is an awesome book. It really is. And she's got another one coming out. That's already out, so we'll do that show next time. All right, so here's Saida.
So this next poem is called Guide. It's just about staying strong and looking back on something that reminds you to keep going and reminds you to keep moving on, even in your darkest times, or maybe not even your personal darkest times, but if you know someone who's going through something and you want to help them, just kind of looking back at whatever motivated you to stay strong, and maybe even using that to inspire others. Okay, Guide. Can't take your own advice, knowing that it's right. Broken pieces sinking, acting without thinking. Connecting all these words, whether they heal or hurt. Your confusion consumes you. It often leaves a bruise. Head is still in the sky, ideas are flying high, yet there's a block, causing everything to stop. Fingers shaking, tension breaks, the kind of thing you can't fake. Watching the sky get darker, and your heart grow smarter. Strength comes in many forms. Everyone faces their own storm. We act like we don't care, just lost in a blank stare. But inside, it's electrifying, somewhat beautiful, somewhat frightening. Up and down, all around, been everywhere without a sound. Lurking deeper in the dark, trying to find your spark. Feel the thrill rushing in as it escapes your skin, twisting at your fingers, letting your imagination linger. Staying up, reminiscing of memories worth missing. Hiding behind your words, feeling blessed and cursed. Holding on to a dream, breaking through the seams. A perfect little mess relieves all your stress. Scrambling each and every piece until your puzzle is complete. Whatever you take from this, celebrate and pure bliss. Everyone deserves some light to get them through the fight. Nothing else to write. Don't listen to your weaknesses inside, and let your strength be your guide. Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful performance. We have Alexis. Alexis.
So, I've never actually gotten in front of people and read my poetry loud, so this is kind of a first time thing for me. But I wrote this poem kind of in the midst of a confusing time after a long relationship with someone. So, when I was a little girl, my mom told me to be aware of who I put my love into. That boys like you and girls like her will always have hands that only know how to break things, that they take more than you can give and will wonder why you're the one who's empty. She said, don't be afraid when they open their closet and let their skeletons pour out. Be afraid whenever they pretend that they have none. Because someone who loves you will never make you go searching for the truth. They will respect you enough to lay it out. And someone who loves you will show you their skeletons, but ultimately it's you who has to decide if you can live with them too. I promised you that I could live with your violent past if you could grow to understand mine. You said that my past is almost as pure as a blank canvas, that I'm as good gets in a world like ours. And yeah, we both know that I've tried, and so have you, but you keep sweeping your monsters under our bed, making me believe the things that you want me to believe. We can't pretend as if they don't haunt me at night, that they don't reach for my ankles to pull me under every time I try to leave. We pretend like I'm not drowning in all the things that you say and all the things you really mean. I guess what I'm trying to say is here I am asking myself what to do with my hands because they are slowly forgetting how to hold you. And here I am asking myself what to do with my heart now because I'm learning to accept that your hands were never made to hold it to begin with.
Okay. Before we kind of like close, is there anyone else who would like to perform any spoken word? Nobody else? Okay. You want to do another one? Yeah, we got another one from Jenny, right? Jenny.
Okay. This one's called So Be Patient. So be patient. A glimpse, just a taste. A peek of what is. You serve me in spoonfuls, allowing me to get acclimated to the sweet, tender taste. Lingers in my mouth for hours, even days. For this has been summoned, even ordained, and something this sacred cannot understand time or space. Divine masculine, you show me your grace. Your courage excites me. In every form you take, you leave a trace. And I allow more of myself to take reign. The sacred exchange of energy is something to be felt, never explained. So after every brief encounter, I let go and give thanks. Trusting and knowing you will show up again, moment after moment, as I will do the same.
Okay, so we're kind of at a close now. Saida's going to bless us with two more poems, and then we will start the book signing after this, and then you guys can take a break, get some coffee, whatever. Okay. That's why I don't perform. Which one are you reading? Shattered Glass is the end. Before you do Shattered Glass,
So this next poem is going to be...
Is this just a random pick?
This is a random pick, so we'll see. I don't know which one's going to be. Let's... It's an extra surprise for tonight. Okay. Okay, here it is. This next poem is called Revealing Eyes, and how our body language can give away how we really feel. Even when we don't want to express it, we can subconsciously express it with our body language and the energy that we give off. Okay? Revealing eyes. Do you see what I see when I look into your eyes? Do you just believe it's some type of disguise? When you look in my eyes, do you see the silent cries and the confused gaze of why these assumptions are coming my way? And the lost look I try to conceal with feelings I temporarily feel, but your eyes show truth, I can see through you. Your smile brightens my heart. The spark never seems to part. My face is full of lies, fake expressions, dishonest eyes. Walk away in shame, looking for something to blame. Like the secrets I hold, and false stories my face told, and my shaking hands that told truth in pen, and my sealed lips, staying silent, not taking risks. And last, I blame my heart, that let me tear it apart. Everything kept contained, still my heart explodes from strain. So much passion unexpressed, toxins constantly compressed. Help me rid of this bitter feeling. Let my eyes be like yours. Help my heart be more revealing. Instead of despising, help me adore. Help me appreciate more. Show me how to see all the lights around me. Scarred from the darkness, shadows have reached their farthest. Help my eyes scream and shout the truth from the inside out. Tired of always holding in lies, show me how to have revealing eyes.
Before she does her last poem, I just want to say this is my favorite poem, and you will see why. It's just the best. Good job. And it's not in the books. So it's going to be in the third book, but it is a really good poem. Yeah. You nervous? All right, here we go.
Okay, so I wrote this poem at a difficult time in my life where I felt like everything was not falling into place or not going the way that I wanted to. So at this point in time, it felt like I was walking on eggshells and trying to balance myself on a ground that was so unstable. And I'm sure some of you may have felt that way sometime in your life before too. So I hope you can relate to it, connect with it, and I can reach to you somehow with my words. So this last and final poem is called Shattered Glass. All right. Shattered glass. Broken and incomplete, surrendering in defeat. Toxicity runs deep, it is yours to keep. Chaos and commotion, mind constantly in motion, keep moving while broken, wounds remaining wide open. Becoming lost in the crowd, quiet voices become loud, but it's all in my head. I'd rather have silence instead. Sailing through the storm just to stay warm, walking through the fire just so I can inspire. But the puzzle is scattered, glass heart has been shattered. It separates, it divides, nowhere left to hide. The coldest stone I ever held was my own heart when it fell. The bits and pieces multiplied and became harder to find. Trying to stay stable and kind, restrictions put me in a bind. It's harder than you think when the anchors sink under an overwhelming weight. Is this fiction or fate? Conflicted within myself, afraid to ask for help. My eyes tell a story full of questions and worry. Yet I continue to collect scattered pieces from the wreck. The silence has taught me lessons only to feel but never mention. Need to wake up and pay attention. Need a release from tension. Things have been escalated, the motivation has faded, but I still appreciated memories that left me jaded. Need to get a grasp of the future, not the past. Pray this feeling won't last while balancing on shattered glass. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for coming to my show and supporting my poetry. I really appreciate the love and support, and I'm so happy to be here visiting Dallas. It's a beautiful coffee shop. You are beautiful people, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Saida.